The night before my wedding was supposed to be unforgettable, and it was just not for any of the reasons I'd ever imagined. I sat alone in the dim glow of the hotel lounge, a glass of whiskey warming my hand. My suit was pressed, my vows written, my nerves barely contained. Madison, my fiancée, was upstairs with her bridesmaids. Derek, my best man and childhood friend, the man I called a brother, was supposed to be beside me, toasting the final night of singlehood. Instead, he strolled in late, alone, wearing a smirk that felt like a slap across the face. He slid into the seat across from me with the smugness of someone who thought they'd won something. There was no celebration in his eyes, just an arrogant gleam. "You ever notice how Madison always seemed just a little too happy around me?" he said, like he was tossing out a joke. My heart paused. I tried to stay calm. "Derek, what are you talking about?" He chuckled, then pulled out his phone and showed me the truth I never saw coming. Messages, dozens of them, some emotional, some explicit, some dated from months ago, others from just hours earlier. Every word, every picture, every timestamp was a knife to the back. She told him she loved the danger. She called him the man I could never be. The final message? Come upstairs once they're asleep. I left the door unlocked. That line should have broken me. But I didn't flinch. I didn't even blink. My body went still, cold, mechanical. Derek wanted a reaction, rage, heartbreak, a punch to the face. But I gave him nothing. I stood up, straightened my jacket, nodded once, and walked away. In that single moment, something inside me changed. I crossed a line. I wasn't the man writing vows anymore. I was someone else now. I didn't sleep that night, not because I was devastated, but because I was busy. While they laughed behind my back, I was working quietly behind a screen. When Derek showed me those messages, he didn't realize how fast my fingers moved. One tap, AirDrop activated. Every screenshot he proudly flipped through landed straight in my phone's gallery. From there, I logged into Madison's iCloud. She'd never logged out on my MacBook. I pulled everything. Deleted texts, private notes, hidden photos, even her digital journal. She wrote about one last taste of freedom before marrying her golden retriever of Fiancée. She bragged about how easy it was to fool me. They called it game, let him believe he's living a fairy tale, while she keeps visiting reality with Derek. I archived everything. By 3 a.m., I had a folder labeled Wedding Crashers, with recordings from our engagement party, GPS logs, hotel keycard entries, and hallway camera footage. They didn't just cheat. They didn't just lie. They underestimated me. By morning, I walked into the venue like nothing had happened. I greeted vendors with a smile, posed for photos with my groomsmen, even gave Derek a friendly nod. He grinned, smug as ever, like he'd already won. 15 minutes before the ceremony, the guests were seated. Madison was upstairs in her gown. Derek stood beside me, fixing his tie. The music began. The cameras rolled. Then, the screen I had arranged for a pre-vow surprise descended. The lights dimmed. And then their truth lit up. Their messages. Her voice. His voice. Laughing. Moaning. Whispering. Timestamps glowing like neon betrayal. The final photo, them together, in the honeymoon suite meant for me. Gasps filled the room. Screams. Silence. And in the sound of heels running, Madison Mascara Street, fleeing the altar, I turned to the guests. Calm as ever. There will be no wedding today. I said, but there will be closure. Then I turned to Derek, looked him dead in the eye, and said, "You were my brother once. Today you're nothing." And I walked out. By the time I reached the parking lot, my phone was buzzing nonstop. Calls from family, friends, Madison. I didn't answer any of them. I'd already packed my things from our shared apartment and terminated the lease, citing fraud and safety concerns. By lunchtime, Madison no longer had a home. But that was just the beginning. Derek worked as a junior partner at a boutique law firm. You'd think someone in that position would know better. He didn't. I anonymously sent the Wedding Crashers folder to his firm's ethics board. Along with it, screenshots of him bragging to Madison about a confidential real estate case he was working on. He thought spilling secrets made him sexy. Law firms call it liability. By Monday, he was suspended. By Friday, terminated for cause. 5 applications to other firms followed. 5 rejections. Why? Because I made sure the truth arrived first. Quietly, privately, thoroughly. I never slandered him online. I let the facts speak louder than any post ever could. Madison tried to salvage her influencer image. Her bridal journey. Instagram went dark for 2 days. Then she posted a long-winded clarification. Big mistake. The internet tore her apart. You played the golden retriever and lost a snake. Hope that taste of freedom was worth choking on. Her sponsors dropped her. Her reputation gone. Derek kept calling. I finally picked up once. You ruined my life, he snapped. I stayed silent. You don't get to walk away clean. Then I finally spoke. I didn't walk away clean. I walked away smarter. You made a fool of me. I made a lesson out of you. Then I hung up and blocked him. 2 months passed. I never heard from them again, but I heard plenty about them. Madison moved back in with her parents. They weren't furious about what she did. They were furious about how it looked. Their perfect daughter, exposed on a projector screen in front of 100 people. Her mother banned her from church. Her father cut her off financially. And Derek? He tried to start his own consulting firm. But every potential client found a blog post I anonymously published. The Best Man, how I discovered my lawyer best friend slept with my fiancée, and why I walked away. No names, no accusations, just facts. It spread like wildfire in legal Reddit threads and forums. Law students passed it around. Some professors even used it as a teaching moment. And when readers connected the dots and figured out who Derek was, the damage was irreversible. But I wasn't done. The wedding, prepaid, non-refundable, had already cost me thousands. I couldn't get the money back. So I gave it meaning. I donated the entire day to a local foster care nonprofit. They brought in young adults who were aging out of the system. Kids who'd never had a prom, a celebration, a moment that was truly theirs. They dressed up, ate gourmet food, took ballroom photos, and danced until midnight. The same ballroom I was supposed to marry in became a place of joy, not pain. A rebirth, not a regret. Madison saw the photos. I know because one of her friends accidentally liked one on Facebook, then unliked it seconds later. I didn't care. She had her moment. Now I had mine. It's been nearly a year. People still ask if I've forgiven them. Here's the truth. I don't hate them. I don't even think about them with anger. Forgiveness isn't about letting people back into your life. It's about reclaiming the space they poisoned. I'm with someone now. Quiet, kind, real. She doesn't need a spotlight, just space to be herself. When I told her my story, she didn't say, "Wow, that's revenge." She smiled and said, "You got free." And that's the best ending I could ask for.